to go to another one of our Dream Team playthroughs, and this one's by bspetty, who's quite a he's a fairly big name in the design community. Won last year's captains. I mean, he was the second best captain last year. Only lost due to a water plane in a fantasy course. So what can you do? As you can see, this one's been really newly released, but felt like this was a really good pair with Pat's course that we've just played, because the two are set in very similar territory, very similar style look, but I think we'll do it slightly differently. Now, obviously, Petty, I don't think at this stage has given me any sorts of conditions. I can check, but I would be stunned if there was anything. Although I'm here to be proven wrong. Let's have a little look. But yeah, you'll know Petty from a number of previous contests. So particularly back in the TGC 2019 days, he had a lot of absolutely outstanding courses that finished really close to the top of contests. Oh no, I take it back. He has filled out the form, so we'll just get that loaded. So things like Cypress Dunes was a top course back in its day, which unfortunately hasn't been able to be ported due to surfacing things. He had Kamari Cliffs finish runner-up in the World Cup one year. Then we've had Wakanya, we've had Pastimes, which was awesome. The guy's just done loads of stuff. So we're going to be playing for blue. Prevailing wind is medium west. Let's see what else we've written. Are there any key design features you want to highlight? A couple of floating water planes on the waterfall just left of 11. Shout out McConnell. I heard that wins these sorts of things. What a hero. Are there any real life influences? Kamari, Wakanya, and Pastimes. Okay, we're good. So blue and medium westerly. What a guy. Yeah, so we'll give this one a play, and I'm really interested to play this one back to back with Pat's. I'm kind of anticipating similar sort of course, but probably playing a little bit differently. He's not wrong. I mean, that's what wins contests. Yeah, really similar sort of vibe, but also kind of a bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? I guess I'd go almost understated. This is like classic Petty course. He does this stuff really, really well. I think immediately the one big difference I'd say leaps out to me is the tree usage. So whereas Pat's was very rough and ready, this feels more like there's been some pruning going on. The trees are a bit more deliberately placed. I think look really natural as well. Not that Pat's didn't, and I don't want to actually. I'm going to stop trying to compare the two courses. That's not the aim. Also, we've got some really big rocks that he's blown right up, and I think work really flipping well. Been a while since we saw rocks on a Petty course. Petty doing less planting. I don't know. I mean, there's quite a bit going on. The giant rocks too look great though. What a bastard. But what Petty I would say usually does really, really well is surfacing and sculpting is always just on point. Oh, we've got a big lake over there as well. Let's kind of have a little look at that. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. This is super expansive, wide, just, yeah. Yep. We're going to enjoy this. This is going to be great. Right. Find the water planes. We'll get there when we get to 11. Alright, so same sort of thing, like big greens. I guess similar an approach. Texture colours are great, yeah. I mean, they work really well in the Swiss theme because not everything's just super green. Okay, so we've got bunkers on this side that cut us off a little bit. Downwind, we're potentially getting close to those ones. We've got a false front on this side, but less so on this side, so we probably want to hedge our bets over towards the left a little. But we could play long of it and use that little backstop and bring it back. Came to him while he was changing a flat tire. I've heard that story. Whatever we do, we've got a wedge in, so I think we're okay. Of course there's a red fast on the first tee, why wouldn't there be? Please stop short of the bunkers. Nope. Do like the decision to go with grassy planting around the bunkers. I know he was debating that one, but I think it works really nicely. Not much, it's not over the top, but fits really well. Ugh, I've got totally the wrong club. We're just absolutely screwed. Just get over the bunker. That is as good as we're going to do. Green slopes here are great. Just there's loads going on. There's lots of potential pins, but this one's totally fair. There's some really big slopes that influence it, but you could put one here, middle, probably squeeze one back right, but I doubt he will have done. Might have done. Yeah, I mean, that's not really kidding though. Having worked with Petty quite a bit, his best stuff, pastimes, he surfaced in about 2 sittings. Before I'd even finished routing my version on that plot. When he works quick and he gets inspired, that's his best stuff. Great visual with the love the super width and like bold fairway camber. A lot of ways to get at this pin as well. You worried yet, Rhino? That's going to leave us with probably a wood. And we're back, sorry about that. That's a shame. Might like to see some of this land drop just a little, but then that mound is going to make it hard to see this pin. However, at least we can see the top of it. So, okay, he's got you smoked. Yeah, probably. I haven't seen any of your course in ages. Come on, I'm hoping it just hits that little saddle and comes on down. Just like that. We'll take that. Grass work behind the green is really good. Neither of you. Okay, fair enough. Really enjoyed watching that shot just kind of fade on in. Grasses and trees work really well. We love the single species of tree at the moment. There. Love it. So another really good big view. There's definitely Wakanya vibes. This is the course that Wakanya wanted to be, I would say. Okay, love the angle. So if we go left, then we're playing over that big drop off. If we go right, then we can kind of circumvent it a little bit. Again, bunkers look really, really good. Again, the giant, really well blown up rocks look awesome as well. That should be good. Now stop. Pretty happy with that. Really cool big sightlines again. Like, this sort of course I think plays to all of Brian's strengths. Like, it's mainly about surfacing and sculpting. There's no par 3/6. Yeah, true. The big views allow him to really focus on surfacing and sculpting and just like making those the star. Alright, so we can hit drive, but you'd be an idiot. This pin actually, you've got a big backstop that you can use. I think works well. So actually, coming at it from down here is not the worst. I think probably just play a 5-wood somewhere into this part of the fairway. And just watch it bound on down. Yeah, you loved that par 3/6, didn't you? Do vaguely remember that one. And that leaves us longer than I thought it would. That should be alright. Yeah. I think that was the Aurangabad one was, he knew what he had. And the planting didn't look awful when the lights were down. All the threes. And then you follow it up with just an absolute fuck you green. I mean, normally I would say that I think this is way too much of a slope on a green, but actually there's so much room beyond it. Okay, this is the toughest pin on this green, I would imagine, by quite some distance. But like, it's not like putting it off a pin back here is going to be too difficult. You've still got to clear it. I love the way this green just sits, like, pretty gently. Kick in. I was trying. Play for chips. Yeah. I mean, I'm not very good at it. As you can tell. We're gonna go early on this. This is up there with pastimes. Really enjoying it. The little centerline rock is weird as hell. This green is hilarious. This is almost like a little Cypress Point sort of green, like where there's that crazy amount of slope. Just makes you realise you can go super bold with this stuff. So where do we want to go? Do we want to come in this way or do we want to use a backstop? I think if we're playing for going in 2, probably want to be coming in from this side, right? Just opens up that little channel. But if we're then laying up, we're probably going to end up a little bit further left and use the backstop. There's a couple of ways you can go at it. Again, I just don't have this club, because that's not getting there. And that's too much. That's not quite enough, is it? That's a shame. Didn't need much more. Yeah, the rock will piss people off. It's all good. I mean, this is one of those holes where that green size just made it for me. Like, when I come back and play the course again, this is another one that I'm just really looking forward to playing, and just like looking forward to getting that front right pin will be great. Oh, damn it, I need to find stuff I don't like. This one's really good as well. Annoying. big view up to the clubhouse is class. I don't think we've taken up too much of the fairway. There's so much space, but that camber's going to really make you think. Probably want to be over here for this pin. And then that's just be careful not to run into those two bunkers, and we're into... Probably don't want to hit a 3-wood, so we are hitting sort of a partial driver. Good. No, you haven't, have you? Oof, got away with that. I mean, it's definitely his best course since Pastimes. But yeah, maybe including. So I think I enjoy this one more. Pastimes was just really tough. And like, I've never loved those giant super sloping greens. Speaking of which, bit Edenish. It is, isn't it? I'm amazed you guys haven't scheduled it again. Little tyre tracks look good. Just the planting is so low profile and works really, really well. I really just do not have much on this one. He's missed the odd spot in a bunker where he hasn't run a circle brush over it. That's about all I've got. Same with here. Greens are better here. I just think this is more fun. Like, all for fun golf. That I can't do any better than. Oh, don't you dare, Brian. Course sucks. Oh, you did? Excellent. Oh, you know, I do remember that. Oh, we smashed a putt. Hit the hole. Well, that's annoying. Still, good hole. Couldn't be right if that pin was right. Got punished. Annoying. Nice double joint fairway thing. Where do we want to be for this one? Kind of somewhere over here. Say, I don't dislike this hole. It's not grabbing me in the way that the rest have. Hasn't quite got the strategy on the tee shot or second shot. Don't know. It's absolutely solid. I just feel, yeah. Don't know. This might be one where I play it another couple of times with a different pin. I say that, I've hit an awful shot, but yeah. Great view down though. Trying to think what I might have liked more on that. Maybe a little bit more of a reverse camber on the... Huh. I don't really get why we're blocking this view with the bunker. Love the bunkering by the green. Love the green itself, particularly that little fall off at the back is really nicely done. Of course you do. You like quirky stuff. The land probably did call for it, to be fair. Thanks, Matty. This is really fun. I'm going to take my time and think on that bunker. I don't know. I don't know whether we needed it. I don't know whether the hole... More importantly, I don't know whether the hole's better for it. Please turn in. Damn it. But, really like the hole as a whole. Great. Green site here is awesome. As someone who does this a ton, or rather who doesn't do this a ton, I love that you've given this amount of space down to the water and not just gone, oh, the green can go right here. Because that's 100% what I would do, and I'm really glad that you haven't. I think it's a much better hole for it. Really like the gentle land movement. That means we can probably work a ball in. Oh, I did promise, didn't I? We'll go in a sec. Ooh, wasn't anticipating the fast. Loading water planes. Where did I even put them? Oh, right. Probably somewhere down here. There we go. The rhino. The rock planting is really good. It's all annoyingly very good. You'll always have that dream team win. The little principal's nose is fun. Okay, so short par 5, big raised green. If you miss long, you are pretty dead. I think we can probably just play down. That's a bit closer to this side than anticipated, but somewhere down here is fine. Combination of having that tier and then the big drop off back is nice. Because again, you've put me in this annoying position where I don't have the club. And it appears I really do have the club. Whoops. Again, really good views over the... I mean, this is stunning. I'm going to be taking a long time trying to work out which picture we want to use. I assume we're going up that way next. Oh, who knows? It's just a wild little adventure. Ah, we're going this way. Cool. Another fun little short par 4. One big slope. Backdrop to the screen and the really denser grass planting is nice. Just variable. 4 AM wake up. Later, buddy. Yeah, I won't be that much later than you. Ours is getting up at 5 every morning. Why would we not hit driver? I don't think there's a reason not to. Bit 11ish with how it's tucked behind that bunker. But I think for this pin we can just play wherever, right? As long as we take a little off that. Again, rock works really good. Little grass choices are great. Lovely. We're enjoying this course a lot. It's a lot of, like, what I really like about this one is it lays really gently on the land. There's just smooth, gentle land movement rather than anything crazy and wild. It still matters, it still gives us ground game stuff, but it's not crazy. I think the further we come in from the left, the more we're able to skirt that little frontier. Yeah, the bunker layering on this one's great. He does this stuff really well without a lot of people noticing. Oh, don't go too far left. He had so much fairway to aim at. Wow, that was stupid. Yeah, that's all I could do because I don't have a 4-iron because I'm an idiot. I'm going to try and make a putt. Actually, that did better than I thought it would do. Another really good, cool view. Yeah, I think that hole probably plays a lot better than I made it look. I think green slopes here have been really good. They've been less, they've grabbed me less on the back nine than the front. I thought the front were outstanding. Back are good. This one's nice. That little, tiny little spine is affecting things a lot. But we've got ways of getting close to this pin where they're using it going straight at it or slightly off the left, but then a little bit of risk if we go slightly too far left. This would push us too far this way. I'm going to kick off to the right, which is okay. That's a fun little contour in the middle of that green that affects things a lot more than it looks like it does. Gives par 3 a lot of character. I think the green side's good as well, like flat, but also with a little bit of a dip just off the side. Again, rock work around the green and tee is great. There's a putt. We'll ignore the fact that it was a gentle push, that's fine. Thank you. Every once in a while, love this green contour. Just the slightly kind of, the more pronounced in the middle front, false front means we can do a lot of interesting stuff with that, with angles. Particularly that little contour behind it as well. So we want to be hedging over to the left. Left is going to be tricky to hold on this one. This is a great short par 4. Petty's always been good at short par 4s, but love this one. Because the more left we go, the more we can just avoid that middle bit, the biggest part of that false front. So as you can see, we're coming over it slightly this way rather than coming over it here. So real subtlety of angles, and that's what top designers do. I'll go just a little. Damn it. Found that false front being too greedy. Would have liked that to roll off a little bit more, but I think you probably have to mess with the land a bit more to get it to do really what you want. I think if that were more pronounced, that would be a really dangerous shot. Yeah, I think I would like to see that a bit more pronounced. Still, par's not a bad score on that hole. That was a tough tee shot for where we really wanted to get to, but also super forgiving if you wanted to just play down the middle. And the bunkers have been really good. There's just nothing to critique on the bunkers. Green looks simple, which always makes me wonder whether I'm missing something. Slightly front to back. think it's just a big green. A little bit of a hog's back spine, so it should just kick us a touch left. No. No, it didn't. Felt like that was going to just drag us left a touch. One thing I'm really enjoying is for a course where I've hit an awful lot of wedges in, I don't feel like it's played the same. Which for me is something that's very hard to do. I'm not very good at that. Another really good big sightline. Land movement definitely getting wilder here. Good green. Again. Love that it's banked into this. Oh, we're at 18. Hadn't even realised. Just enjoying it so much. This is a very good 18th. So ideally we'd want to stick to the right hand side for this, and that's going to be tough. Oh, damn it. I was so close. And just a class backdrop. Yep, bunker layering's great. Go on, hit the spine and just go right a touch. Nearly. Not the worst shot. I would like to have a quick look at the clubhouse. Just because I haven't done yet. Cars in the parking lot, that is important, as we know. He's got some blue stuff up here. Again, really appreciate that. Clubhouse is a work of art, isn't it? Love the bridges at a bit of an angle. This is great, just fits perfectly. Class. Class, 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 class. Oh, I just needed hitting. There we go, -9 is not too bad. That was an absolute blast again. Like, I mean, Pat's was really good. Really enjoyed Pat's. I had very little to critique. I've got even less to critique here, I think. I think this is your best course, genuinely. Really like all of the big views. Bunker layering was quality. Whole designs were really, really good. There's only one with the 9th that I didn't like quite as much as the rest, but even then it was solid, and I wouldn't have tweaked it by much. Just a bit more reverse camber. But then, having just played 18, I can see why you didn't do that, because that would have been mirroring it. So I think it probably works, and it will be different with different pins and wins. Just awesome. Love the planting. Yeah, I thought the environment created was quality. Golf completely engaging. Class publish. Rhino's in trouble. Right, we're going to cut the stream here. Thank you very much to those of you who've been joining us along and watching. 20 people viewing, which is really good. I don't tend to get that very often. So thank you for watching. Let's see, is anyone else streaming? Because we might go and raid them. If so, we'll go and try and do that. Oh, G-Dog's raiding. We'll try and do that. So we'll try and do that. If you're fancying, oh, I can't raid from here. Anyway, we're going to cut the stream here. Go and watch G-Dog. See you there shortly.